It's the Flaming Freakshows going up against the Strawberry Skitties in the next match of the Metronome Madness League. Let's catch these two teams heading off against each other as we have Marshadow going up against Zekrom to start things off, and we'll see who is going to move first. Looks like Marshadow is going to be the faster of the two Pokemon. Starting things off for the Freakshows, it goes for a Parasong. Way to limit the length of this battle, the Parasong is going to give each Pokemon 3 turns before they faint, unless they switch out, and we'll see what will happen there. And it looks like Zekrom's going to throw its item at Marshadow, or uses Marshadow's own item against it, and it was super effective, putting Marshadow at 9 HP left. That was a good move by the Zekrom there. Here comes Marshadow now with the Strength Sap, and well, that's one way to get your health back. Strength Sap is gonna heal the Marshadow all the way back up, while Zekrom loses some of his attack stat. Marshadow trying to stay out on the field and wait out the Parasong so Zekrom can't do any damage to its partners, but there goes a Hurricane, and that does a ton of damage. Also super effective. The Skittys just out here for blood, I guess, using super effective move after super effective move, and there goes the Marshadow again. This time it's gonna go for a Grass Knot. Grass Knot against the Zekrom, not very effective. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Zekrom is heavy, but you gotta use a super effective move. There goes a low sweep. That doesn't affect the Marshadow. 1 turn left for each of these Pokemon. They have to make it count. A switching move would be pretty good, like Volt Switch or U-turn. We'll see if anyone chooses that. There goes a Solar Blade. Marshadow going to go for a 2-turn move. Don't know why, since it can't land it. So giving Zekrom a chance to do damage, but I guess it won't matter. There goes the Steel Wing. And yeah, both these Pokemon will go down. Oh, Marshadow goes down to the Steel Wing due to the critical hit. Not that it mattered, it was going to faint anyway. And Zekrom faints as well. So both teams move on to their second Pokemon. There we go, Zapdos. Gonna be the Pokemon that the Freakshows choose. And the Lugia is on the Strawberry Skitties. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell for more Metronome Madness League, so you can see all the exciting battles up until the playoffs and the championship. Lugia going to start things off with a Horn Attack. Now that's going to be resisted by the Zapdos, so not a whole lot, or not resisted. You know what? I was thinking of Mega Horn. Horn Attack is normal, and that does a bit of damage. There goes the Mean Look. So no switching for the Lugia after that. Lugia gonna go for a Spore. Interesting. 100% chance of putting the Zapdos to sleep. So now the Freakshows are at a disadvantage here, as Zapdos is gonna have to wake up from the sleep, and no telling how long that'll take. Lugia is gonna have a few turns at least to attack. There goes the Dual Chop. Oh, but the static activates and Lugia gets paralyzed, so that's not a good look for the Skitties, as they may not be able to attack due to that paralysis. And that's why abilities are so important in this league, because you never know what's going to happen. Zapdos wakes up pretty quickly as well, so it gets to attack, and it goes for a Discharge. Discharge being super effective, and the same type attack bonus for Zapdos. Does a decent amount of damage. There goes the round. Lugia not paralyzed this turn, putting Zapdos in the yellow. It's not a great look for Lugia. In a bit of danger. Here comes the Zapdos now with the Autotomize. Thinks it's a good time to set up, and with your opponent paralyzed, I can't say that it's a bad idea. That's gonna raise its speed. It's already faster though, so not the best setup move to use. There goes the Lugia now, still not paralyzed. There goes the Mega Horn. That's what I was thinking of earlier. It does, even though not very effective, it still does a decent amount of damage. Zapdos, it seemed like it had the advantage, but It seems to be the one taking the most damage. There goes the Zapdos now with the water spout. Would have done more damage if it had more HP. So Lugia just takes a little bit from that. It's now in the yellow though. And here we go, Lugia with the power trick. Gonna swap his attack and defense. And will that help it? I'm not sure. There goes Zapdos. Zapdos now with the Solar Blade. Second time the Freakshows tried to use that, but this time they're not under Parasong, so they may be able to land it. Lugia actually gets paralyzed, so they will be able to use their Solar Blade. Here we go. The Solar Blade from the Zapdos. That is resisted and does a little bit of damage. Not a good idea to use two-turn resisted moves. Here comes the Sludge Wave from Lugia. That can do some damage, actually. Zapdos takes a big hit from it. It's at 7 HP now. Looks like Zapdos is going to be the one to go down. There we go. Zapdos going for the Bubble Beam. It is said that Lugia is, what, the master of the 3 legendary birds, so it only makes sense that it wins this fight. Lugia gets hit by that Bubble Beam. It's in the red now. Going for an Acid Spray. That, of course, is enough to take the Zapdos out. Second Pokemon down on the Freakshows. But Lugia not looking too hot, so it is still anyone's match as they send their Celebi out. So Celebi on the field for the Freakshows. Just has to do a little bit of damage to Lugia, and they'll be able to even it up. Celebi does get to go first. And it goes for a Spatial Rend. That's one way to try and even things up. Spatial Rend doing what it needs to do. No, it doesn't. Lugia hangs on with just a bit of HP. Lugia now going for the Dragon Pulse. And that's not what the Freakshows wanted to see, as it does some damage to the Celebi. They were hoping to just take that Lugia out immediately without any damage being done to that Celebi. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Celebi has to attack again, so not only does it have damage, but it is down 2 PP on the Metronome. Power Gem super effective, of course. We'll take the Lugia out. And the Skittys move on to their last Pokemon. So we're down to the wire in this match. It's going to be Regice versus Celebi. Regice, of course, the Ice-type Pokemon, can't land a same type attack bonus, super effective hit against the Celebi, so they have to avoid that. There goes a Zap Cannon though, and it lands. That's gonna do a lot of damage. I stand corrected, it doesn't. Wow, you expect Zap Cannon, like when you use moves like Zap Cannon, you expect it to do a lot of damage, and it didn't. There goes Disable. Oh, and that's not what you want to see. Celebi is disabled, so it will have to struggle. Disable is not banned in this league. They can use it because it wears off in a short amount of time. It doesn't make it an unfair disadvantage. Celebi, unfortunately, will hurt itself in the struggle. Oh, and it doesn't matter as Regice goes for the Blizzard, and that is enough to take the Celebi out. And the Freakshows are going to lose this one. Congratulations to the Skittys as they come away with that win. That is what they needed, as the Skittys were 1-1, so they're going to go 2-1. Freakshows, unfortunately, 1-2 after that loss, and we'll catch them in their next battle. The special thanks to the patrons for supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the like button, and again, subscribe for more of the Metronome Madness League, and I will catch you next time.